So today I'm going to take you step by step on signing up for a TurboTax account directly on your phone. Now we're going to actually load up the TurboTax app that we downloaded. You can see it right over here. And I'm going to show you all the questions it's going to ask you step by step throughout this entire process. Now you don't need to see my face the entire time. So we're going to swipe right over here so you can see the screen entirely with just the phone. So this is going to be the page that loads up for us when we go ahead and open up the app. Now, if you would like to, you can also click the link in the show notes down below to take you to a page that looks just like this to go ahead and continue inside of the app, where we're going to go ahead and show you step by step. That link actually will support us out so we can continue to make more free content just like this, but you definitely don't have to. You can just go ahead and load up the app like we had here in real time. So from this page right over here, we're going to go ahead and click on where it says start for free. And first and foremost, it's going to ask how you did your taxes last year, whether it was with TurboTax, other tax software, an accountant, tax services, or if this is your first time filing, or if you just don't remember at all. Whichever option you're going to pick through, it's going to pretty much be the same on the next page. So once you go ahead and choose one of these options, the continue button will appear. We're going to go ahead and click on this. And from here, it's going to ask you how you would like to do your taxes, whether you'd like to do them on your own, get an expert help, or have somebody do all of your taxes. And you can see some of those starting price points. For our example today, we're going to go ahead and click on do our own taxes. And then from there, just like before, our continue button will now appear once we have done that. Now, based off of when we are doing this recording, it does say that we can file for free by switching to TurboTax. Keeping in mind that there are usually still going to be some fees because this is just state, and federal will typically have some additional costs. So even though it says $0, be prepared to pay maybe just something as well. So you could also choose this option down here, which is the live assisted. You could see the starting price points for that. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and click on file for $0 on this one. And then from here, it's going to ask if you would like any notifications such as important tax deadlines and your refund status. You can click on yes or no, but you can also change this later in the settings. Now this menu is going to pop up right over here, and it's going to ask for you to go ahead and plug in your phone number so we can go ahead and get started with fully creating our account. If by any reason you got to this point, you actually remember that you have an account, you can click on sign in. But for our example here today, we're going to go ahead and plug in our phone number, and we're going to go ahead and click on create an Intuit account. So once you go ahead and plug in your phone number, it's going to give you the option to go ahead and verify with a text, or you can toggle down here and do with a voice call. For example, we're just going to go ahead and do a text message and click on create an Intuit account. So from here, we're going to get a 6-digit code, and we're going to go ahead and plug that in here. And then it's going to ask us if we would like to do a Face ID. You can go ahead and skip this if you'd like to, but if you'd like to add in that extra security, you can go ahead and click on use Face ID. And there will be a little button that comes up here on the menu too that asks if you would like to use it. So make sure you click allow if you want to continue with this option. So here on the next screen, this one's an easy one. We're going to go ahead and plug in an email address that we'd like to have associated with this account. And we're going to click on continue once that is highlighted. So here on the next step, it's going to ask if any of these things apply. Keeping in mind, you can checkbox any of them as you go along. You can see the first section here asks if you want to maximize deductions and credits. You can go ahead and checkbox that. And then you can check off anything else as well, like if you have a W-2 or if you're a freelancer or self-employed, as well if you have a family or own a home or pay rent, or if you have any kind of investments. Once you have everything checked off that you need to check off, we can go ahead and click on the word continue. All right, so as we continued on, you can see here, it does show you that an offer is applied here, that if you file by a certain date, some of the other benefits that you get with it. So we can just go ahead and click on continue. This doesn't do really anything for us here. And just like that, we get to our home screen of the TurboTax account that we just officially created. Now, keeping in mind, there are still, of course, steps to take to actually fill out all of your tax information and paperwork so you can go ahead and file your taxes properly. And like I mentioned earlier, if you want to go ahead and get started with creating your account, you can check out our link in the show notes down below to take you to that right page and get you started right away. It does help support us out so we can make more free content just like this for you. Now, speaking of free content, we actually got more content right over here on screen for you so you can keep on watching and learning about your personal finances.